never gonna stop this fire. I was born to be making history.
One shot is all it takes me.
He possesses power.
I'm gonna meet you in the middle and throw down.
The all-time leader in wins. The all-time leader in finishes.
Something greater, something higher. Ain't never gonna stop this fire.
Welcome to the UFC 246 press conference here inside the Pearl Theater at the Palms Casino Resort. On Saturday night, available on pay-per-view exclusively through ESPN+. Two Octagon legends collide. Introducing first, he has the most wins and finishes in UFC history. A man who made his MMA debut all the way back in 2006 and is still going strong today. Here is Donald Cowboy Cerrone. And now, please welcome the Irish superstar, former two-weight world champion, returning for the first time in over 15 months, the notorious Conor McGregor.
What's up, everybody? How are you today? Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Who has the first question?
Conor, I wanted to start with you. It's clear that you've got a much different energy about you this week and the way you're handling things, a much different approach to the fight week, the fight itself. I'm just curious if you can pinpoint the moment that you realized, like, I've got to make a change. I've got to do this much differently than I did last time out.
You know, I have not changed too much, to be honest. I am who I am. I've always been. I don't think I've changed too much throughout it, you know. Granted, different opponents, different circumstances, but I'm in a position right now where I'm very, very excited to be here, and I'm very eager to perform for the fans on January 18th. I've got a solid opponent in front of me and a veteran of the game, and I'm just in a good spot, and that's it. I don't think I've changed or altered or you know, I'm just committed and focused and happy to be here. Mostly like I always have been.
Conor, during the time away that you had, I mean, obviously you had the legal concerns and everything that was going against you. I just wonder, was there ever a thought in all that maybe you wouldn't be allowed to come back and fight, or maybe you didn't even want to come back and fight and have to come, you know, deal with the hassle, deal with the headaches when obviously you've got plenty of money in the bank, I would imagine?
You'd imagine correct. I'm very, very grateful and I'm just very honored and happy to be here on US soil, back on United States soil, back here in Las Vegas. I've had so many amazing moments here. My life has changed here in America, you know, so I'm very grateful for this country, and I'm very honored to be here and to perform for the people. You know, I'm an entertainer, a fighter and an entertainer, and to come here and entertain these people is something that gets me up in the morning, so I'm very happy.
And Conor, you've laid out big plans for 2020, the 2020 season as you're calling it. I'm just curious, I mean, are you able to say beyond a shadow of a doubt, legal troubles, everything, it's all hashed out, there's no potential roadblocks or hurdles that might pop up and slow down this plan for you?
Guys, I have done nothing wrong here. I'm in a good spot. I am ready to fight. I am setting out for big goals. I'm going to kickstart UFC's 2020 year big, and I'm going to continue it, you know. It's going to be a mega year here at the UFC and at McGregor Sports and Entertainment. You know that. But I'm very happy. I have a lot of exciting things in the pipeline, and it's damn good to be back. It's damn good.
And just one more for Conor. I know that you've got a lot of respect for Cowboy, and as you said, different circumstances, but I'm sure everybody here would appreciate the Mystic Mac prediction of how exactly you get this thing done.
You know, I've had my back and forth with Donald throughout the years, right? The last time we spoke to each other or even saw each other would have been at that press conference many years ago. So much has changed since then, right? I was the interim featherweight world champion at the time. Donald predicted I wouldn't get through Aldo. I got through Aldo. He predicted I was too small for the 155-pound division. I conquered that division. You know, we've had a good back and forth, myself and Donald. And as time has gone on, you know, he's become a family man. Obviously, you've seen him compete so many times. It's hard not to respect Donald right now at this stage. And he has my respect. And although there will be blood spilled on January 18th, it will not be bad blood. And for the Mystic Mac prediction, it will be a KO.
For Cowboy, I wanted to ask you, I mean, the prevailing wisdom in breaking this thing down seems to be that if it ends early, it's because he was able to get to you with the power. If it ends late, you know, you'll be able to take over the fight as it carries on. How do you feel about that analysis?
Oh, man, I'm looking forward to 4 or 5 rounds of battling with this dude, man. I don't want anything easy. I want to go in there and want to fight, you know. Conor's one of the last dying breeds of the last fighters, man, so it's good to be in there with him and really get in there and fucking give it all we got. So, yeah, man, I'm going 5 rounds with this dude, and I cannot fucking wait till Saturday night.
You said yesterday that you didn't quite get the red panty night you were hoping for that was out there. So I'm curious, if you didn't quite get the big paycheck that you thought was coming, what does this fight mean to you?
Oh, no, you are mincing my words. You told me Conor said he made $80 million, and I said, well, fucking good for him. That's awesome. He wants to send a little bit of that grease my way. That'd be pretty badass. But this is the fight I wanted. I'm not complaining at all, man. I'm fucking here to have a good time. Like Conor said, we're entertainers, man, so we're here to fucking entertain, blow the roof off this motherfucker.
And just one last one for me, Cowboy. I keep hearing you say, I'm going to stand and trade. I'm going to give the fans the fight that they want to see. But I mean, a lot of us believe that your jiu-jitsu is probably superior. Can you tell us where jiu-jitsu or grappling ranks somewhere in the game plan? Like, is it plan B or is it anywhere in there?
For all you analysts and experts that are asking these questions, you would be fucking stupid to think this man doesn't have a wrestling defense or some kind of grappling defense. So for me just to walk in and be like, oh, I'm going to just take him down and submit him, get a fucking real life, man. We got to go in there, we got to fight our asses off. That's what's got to happen.
Yes, Conor. I saw some criticism online about the fact that you're running your own fight camp. So I was wondering what prompted that decision and how do you respond to that criticism?
Running my own fight camp, I have many. I'm not sure what do you mean by that? It's my fight camp. I'm setting it up. I've got my coaches and my team. I don't understand the question.
Well, basically that there wasn't necessarily the same sort of structure or leadership to it as a conventional.
I don't know where you read that because it has been fully structured. I have a team of experts in many different fields, from the conditioning side, from the strength side, from the mixed martial arts side, from the boxing side, and it has been truly structured. I had a set time for my set times for my practices, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m., and I kept both times. I went to bed at a specific time. I woke up at a specific time. It was as structured as I've ever been. So it has been a phenomenal camp. I've given it my all. You know, I made a promise to my fans, to my team, to my people. I'd abstain from my beautiful liquid proper 12. I know you are enjoying it out there. But I made a promise that I would abstain and stay focused and give up my all, and I have done that. So I'm very, very proud of myself. I'm very proud and grateful of my team that have been with me on this journey.
Okay, glad to hear it. Cowboy was quoted as saying that things could kick off backstage if you were to cross the line. Do you expect either of you to cross the line leading up to the fight on Saturday? And what are your comments on that?
You know, like I said, I have respect for Donald. He has earned my respect through his activity and through just observing him. You know, he steps up. He goes through divisions also. Not many a man in the business does that. He's been around so long. It's actually great to be in this Pearl at the Palms arena. I've never been here. I know they used to hold the Ultimate Fighter fights here. This was even probably before my time. I wonder if Donald's probably even fought in this arena. You know,
I have.
There you go. You know what I mean? So it's hard not to respect Donald. There'll be no bad blood here. But there will be blood spilled. Make no mistake about that. That's the beautiful business we're in. So I'm happy with that. I'm in a good spot. We're focusing on the skills here, you know, and it's going to be an exciting bout for the fans. There's going to be a lot of attacks, a lot of drama in there, no doubt, you know. So we're very, very eager to get going.
This is obviously a welterweight bout, and I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but both Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal are here and will be in attendance of a fight. Those are two of the biggest fights in the welterweight division right now, and which one of those two fights would potentially interest you more?
You know, that's an interesting one. What would I be interested in more? I'd take both, you know, I'd have both. I would like that bad motherfucker title, that belt, and then I'd like the gold. You know, for me, the gold is has a bit more significance to it, especially since the way the BMF fight finished. I thought we were robbed of a classic contest there. I thought it was only kicking into gear rounds 4 and 5. But they're both exciting bouts. I'd say probably the more exciting of the bout would probably be myself versus Jorge from a stylistic standpoint. Usman kind of has the similar style of Khabib, you know, the sniff the jockstrap style. So I'm interested for both, you know. We'll see what happens. I'm enjoying myself at 170. I'm underweight right now, so I feel good. I feel energetic, light, fast, accurate, and precise. So I feel good here.
Okay, and last one for me, for Cowboy. Conor has said that, you know, he can win this fight in any division. He can win this fight if he has a flu. What do you make of that confidence, and do you think maybe he's looking past you in any way?
No, I don't think he's looking past me at all. I mean, as we're training, as our coaches...
That's one hell of a coat, Donald. My God. I got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? I don't know whether you've outdone me. I've got lions on the inside of my baby here. You know what I mean? But that's a damn good coat, brother. What is it now? Was it crocodile or?
Nah, it's python.
Python, good man.
I'm sure Peter might be here because I got rattlesnakes on and python. So
they have a warrant out for me as well, Peter. They're coming for me too. But I used to rock the python shoes a lot when I done the Ultimate Fighter with Uriah Faber. It's a good skin, but you know yourself, we don't want trouble with Peter. Although they're a shady crowd as well. Apparently, there's a lot of. We'll get to that another day.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Fuck, I don't remember what you asked me, but...
Do you think at all that he's looking past you in any way?
No, I do not. I think, we prepare to beat our opponent at our worst, right? So for him to say he's got the flu, whatever, good. I fucking hope so, man. I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, right? Because I'm coming. He knows it. He's coming. It's gonna be, we're gonna blow the fucking roof off this place, you guys. You don't understand. I'm so excited for this fight. So excited.
Thank you.
Hey, a couple quick questions for Conor about your legal issues. Real quick, Conor, what can you tell us?
Yeah, we're here to talk about a fight. Nothing he does outside of fighting. Why does everyone got to keep going there?
The rest of the week is fight questions, I promise.
Why does everyone got to ask that
He answered
shit?
these questions yesterday on ESPN. He answered these questions
Can
yesterday.
you tell us anything specifically about the status of the sexual assault allegations in Ireland?
He answered that yesterday on ESPN.
And was there ever a point where you guys were concerned that might imperil this fight?
Was I?
Either of you?
No.
Just a question over here. Conor, you spoke about the Australian market. We see Dana's got that awesome T-shirt on with the Australian map there. Talk to us a little bit about why that market is so significant to you and what they sort of mean to you along with New Zealand.
Yeah, what's going on in Australia is heartbreaking at the minute, and New Zealand and New South Wales. I have many friends, many Irish people are over there, and it's very, very sad to see. And I'm very proud to be assisting with the UFC in their efforts in helping. And also, a thing I do for Proper 12, we support first responders in America currently, right? So we've reached a threshold where we're donating $1 million per annum to first responders. So we're currently vetting organizations to donate this revenue, and we have a nice announcement after the fight. But since this stuff has begun in Australia, I have shifted focus now, and we're working now to aid the Australian fighters also, and the first responders out there. So it means a lot, and I know Australia's a strong nation. I know they will fight on and conquer this, and the world is with them. So Godspeed, Australia.
Just quickly on Australia, we've obviously got a new champion in Alex Volkanovski. A lot of people are wondering, would you see a sort of pathway to you coming back down and possibly fighting him for that featherweight title?
Maybe it's a little too much, although I'd never say never, you know. I made 153 against Floyd. I'm comfortably floating just under 170 now. I could make 155 handy. I could do it. Whether I would or not, probably not for Alex at this time, certainly. I'd be interested to see the rematch between him and Max. Thought it was a good fight. The rise of Australia, right, is phenomenal. I mean, we've got Israel Adesanya. I know he's a New Zealander, and then we've got Robert Whittaker. So it's great to see the Aussies and the New Zealanders rising up in the sport. They're phenomenal fighters and exciting times.
And Cowboy, we saw the footage in the countdown where you're sort of working out, wondering whether or not you're going to get that initial Conor McGregor fight, and we saw the disappointment in your face when you realized it was going to be Nate Diaz. What do you think about the way that this fight has sort of come together all these years later, and do you think ultimately it sort of worked out for the best that you get to fight Conor now?
Yeah, I mean, timing is everything. It was like almost like the boy who called wolf. It was like, no. No, so this last time I was like, fuck, I'm going snowmobiling, man. Call me if they give me the fight. I don't know what the hell's going on, but thanks for 170. That was fucking good. Yeah, appreciate that. So yeah, I'm gonna eat, hang out, play with the boy, and go have some fun on Saturday.
And I feel like a question that no one's really asked you yet is, if you did win on the weekend, what would your plans be going into the future? Are you focused on maybe staying at 170? There's some big fights there, or would you like to try and get a fight at 155? Maybe try and go for another title shot in the future?
Oh man, Dana already knows Sunday I'm calling his ass and we're figuring something out. So that's just what I do. But nah, I'm gonna go play. I'm gonna take my boy up sledding after this fight, and we're gonna go on a vacation. So that's what I'm gonna do next.
Donald, you've said in the past that fighting isn't everything for you, it's how you make your money. But I wonder, for this fight in particular and this opponent, a global superstar, do you amplify how focused you are, how serious you take this, or is it the same approach as always?
Oh, but see, that's where you're mistaken. Fighting is just what I do. It's, you know, I love it to death. It's my passion. So by saying it's not my everything, I just like to live fucking life. So if fun comes into my training, I'm gonna go have the fun for sure. But every day we train, every day we focus. It's just like this man, he hasn't been a year and a half since he's fought. I'm sure he trains almost every single fucking day. So it's just what we do. It's in our nature. We're the last dying breed of some last fighters, man. So it's cool to be here and share the octagon with this man.
So no different approach then for
Hell
this camp?
no. Still having fun, kicking ass, and doing what I love.
And then for Conor, your interview with ESPN, kind of different than what you said earlier in this press conference, that you haven't changed as a person, but how much, you don't think you're a different person from the last time you stepped outside of the octagon here in Vegas, 2018?
You know, I'm certainly more grown and more experienced, and I've been through certain things that have helped shape me as a man. You know, like us all on this journey of life. But if you were to ask my family and my people that know me, I am no different. So, you know, I'm certainly more focused this camp and a bit more aware. And I followed what I said I should do with this camp, and it's helped me leaps and bounds. So. But my internal, I'm still the same young kid that I always am. Still a passionate young man, and still reaching for the stars and aspiring to do things that have never been done before.
Jim Greasauber, cage side seat. Conor, seeing you here and seeing your name atop the marquee for the top 5 pay-per-views of all time. You're a walking money machine. Everywhere you go, we're all making more money because you're here. Dana's smiling ear to ear, right?
I appreciate that.
All this time, you've been making all this money for people, but you've talked about getting back to fighting. And I can't help but see the joy on your face. You didn't look this happy last time we saw you. The joy of getting back to being Conor McGregor, the person, is all over you. Can you just expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And, you know, sometimes you got to go to certain places in our life to realize what we need to do. And I certainly have turned over a new leaf, you know. Although I feel I'm still the same young man, but I definitely feel re-energized and refreshed, and thank you for noticing. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your acknowledgement of the revenue I bring. You're damn right.
It all trickles down. I'm sure we all appreciate that. And Cowboy, for you, if I'm not mistaken.
And then I'm at the bottom scooping it all up.
50 fights, right? So, I mean, if it's going to be
So 51.
51, it better be a big one on 51, right? I mean, just describe your feeling. The jacket, the boots, everything up there, the smile from ear to ear. You're a guy who'll go fight anybody, anywhere, anytime, known as a down-home guy. So the lights, the glamour, everything associated with this fight, it's just got to be a lot of fun for you, right?
Oh, man, it's cool to finally get what I deserve, man. It's cool. So thank you, Conor. And you're right. You do bring the biggest paydays. You do bring the biggest eyes. So, fuck, why not have Cowboy along
Welcome,
with
Donald.
you?
Welcome. You've earned it. You've earned that multi-million-dollar payday, and I'm delighted for you, bro. Yeah, seriously, truly.
Way past red panty night, right? Hey, Dana, for you, last one. I mean, for years you've talked about being the biggest sport in the world, and throughout the years we've talked about the ESPN deal and the sale, and what a way to start the year with Conor coming back and the potential to top last year, which you said was the biggest year. What are your expectations for 2020, starting it off with a fight like this?
Yeah, usually we always end the year with a big New Year's fight, and November's always big, and September, and January's usually the slowest time of the year for us. So to kick this year off, coming off the most incredible year ever, with a fight like this is awesome. It's fun. You know, we even had a big gap there where we didn't have some fights and had some time off. So to start January like this it's awesome. I'm excited for Saturday too.
Question for Cowboy. A lot of the narrative going into this fight is about what Conor's going to do after he beats you. Are you all feeling overlooked by the general public and the media?
No, not at all. I mean, that's what this dude does. He's the best at talking and selling fucking fights. So I don't think he's overlooking me at all. He knows exactly who he has standing in front of him, and he's trained and he's ready. And I don't give a fuck about the media. I just care about this dude right here. Yeah.
And question for Conor. It's been, in November, it'll be 4 years since you last tasted victory. Are you all feeling under pressure to get an emphatic win and get back in the win column?
No, I don't feel pressure, you know. Pressure creates diamonds, they say. So I'm very excited to be in this position, very well prepared. That narrative, you know, I've lost once unavenged inside the UFC's octagon. The other defeat was in a boxing ring under a specific set of rules, and so the narrative of that is a little far-fetched, but I'm well prepared. I'm going to put on a phenomenal show this Saturday, and that's it. Sit back and enjoy.
And question for Dana. Can you give us any update on the main event for UFC London now? I know there was talks between Tyron Woodley and Leon Edwards. What's the status of that fight?
Still working on it. We're still working on it. As soon as it's done, we'll let you guys know.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Conor, you've made this walk 100 times. You've had the biggest of fights. How do you keep reinventing yourself and finding a new way to stay motivated with a fight like Cowboy, who is no slouch in the cage?
I certainly feel I've done that, you know. I feel I've reshaped my frame, moving up to 170. Dana made some outlandish comments, one man's too big, and this, that, and the other. Might have lit a fire under my belly, and there was some things happening up in this division. Last time I fought in this division, I felt amazing. You know, I outlasted a triathlete, a man who's known for his cardiovascular abilities, and I dropped him multiple times inside the bout, and I'm full of energy, and now I'm back. You know, at this weight, I feel good. The fans are excited. I always love to give gift excitement to the fans. You know, a fighter who's willing to go up and down and who does that. You know, there's so many more exciting matches to be made and more great discussions to be had, and you guys, you can write about it and this, that, and the other, and everyone, we're all in a good spot, and I'm honoured and happy to be able to do that, and I'm excited. So, very excited for this year.
Dana, one for you right here. To kind of tail off a question you were asked before, you mentioned how 2019 was the biggest year ever. If Conor's able to complete the season, fight 3 times this year, how big can 2020 be business-wise for the UFC?
Should be damn good. Yeah, you know, if Conor does compete that many times this year, plus you have the big Khabib Tony fight that's going to happen, the John Jones fight's going to happen, and the list goes on, and whatever could happen after these fights happen, it'll be good. So, sounds good to me.
And one for you, Conor. We've never seen the scene with you up here. You're, exchanging smiles with Cowboy. You're being very friendly. So much of your reputation has been built on mental warfare. Why did you choose to take this approach in, dealing with Cowboy in the lead up to this fight?
I don't know. I am as real as it gets, like the company's slogan. I react to how the situation is, and that's it. The situations have been a specific way for some time. This situation seems to be a little bit different, so I react accordingly. There's nothing false, nothing fake. It is just me being real and who I am, and that's it.
What do you think is the most dangerous element of Cowboy's game?
I can read Donald. I like him a lot. He's a good guy, but I can read Donald like a children's book. To be honest, he's a good fighter. He's got some good tricks up his sleeve. I know the tricks he has, and I know what he's planning and what he hopes to achieve. But we are well prepared, and we'll see on the night. It's going to be a good night.
And to bounce that back to you, Cowboy, is there any tricks up your sleeve for Saturday night?
Oh man, he can read me, so we'll see. Hopefully. Hopefully he's got some hooked on phonics. We'll see what's going on. I don't know.
The Notorious, how we doing?
Very good. How are you?
Good. We've been waiting months on a Zuffa boxing announcement. It's been crickets. There's no secret. You've done things to change things in the fight game. You got Dana White doing courtside at a Clippers game with Floyd Mayweather. Do you know something with what's going on with Zuffa boxing?
We're in negotiations, what they But, we'll see what happens in El Zuffa Boxing and McGregor Sports and Entertainment.
Earlier today, the Schmo talked to Manny Pacquiao's management. They're interested in doing a bout with you here in Las Vegas, here at Raider Stadium. Would a Manny Pacquiao match get precedent over a Floyd Mayweather rematch?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I would love that Floyd rematch. I thought I'd done, for what was in front of me, I thought I'd done very well. I thought of some slight adjustments. I'd have done even better. So I feel now I could take that victory. The Manny Pacquiao, the talks have been ongoing in that. And for me, an aspiration of mine now also is to win a boxing world title. I think that would be a phenomenal feather in the cap and something I look to achieve in the future, and something I will achieve. I'm back with my boxing coaches at Crumlin Boxing Club, where I learned how to throw a punch. They've sat me down on my punches, and we've cleaned up some things, and I'm feeling really confident in my boxing abilities, and it'd be an honor to come back into boxing, and who knows, maybe I will kickstart stuff of boxing if we can get there.
Last one for Cowboy. You live at the BMF Ranch. We had the BMF title. Dana said it's a one-off. If you get the W against Conor, what are you going to do to vouch so you can fight for the BMF title to match your home?
Yeah, I'm going to tell him, come on with it. That's a no-brainer. But I'm looking for Saturday night, man. I'm not looking anywhere past that. Get out there and do what I got to do. When I get the victory, then we'll sit down and we'll talk, man. But until then, I'm focused on Saturday.
I'm going to take two more questions. Go ahead.
This one for Conor. Dana said earlier this week that you don't believe that the Tony Khabib fight is actually going to happen coming up in April, and you'd be ready for that if someone drops out. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Well, look at history, right? They were scheduled to fight 4 times, or 4 or 5 times or something. Multiple pullouts on both sides. Even Khabib was supposed to fight Donald multiple times, pulled out, I believe, 3 times. Something wrong with his blood and something.
4 times.
4 times, So they're known for not making that walk. So that would be an accurate statement that I would have made to Dana. Yes.
And there's a fight card coming up here in March. There's no main event yet. If things go okay on Saturday, could you possibly turn around quickly?
Yes. God willing, we come out here safe from this bout Saturday night. Most certainly, March would be well attainable.
And who would that be, you think?
Line them fucking up. I do not give it. I couldn't care. Any weight, any division, anything. I am in prime condition and ready to go.
And then Dana, I guess same question. Is that a possibility? There's no main event yet for that card in March here in Vegas. Could it be Conor McGregor or maybe even Cowboy Cerrone on headlining that one?
Anything is possible. Let's see what happens on Saturday.
And that's the fight card that it was supposed to be Adesanya versus Romero, and that hasn't come together yet. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's the Adesanya fight.
And what's the status of that?
being worked on.
Fair enough. And Kamaru Usman and Jorge Masvidal are going to be in town this week. They're going to be at media day tomorrow. Anything to read into about those?
No, that's just the way it played out. They just both happen to be in town. It has nothing to do with any fighting or anything like that.
Last one for me, for Cowboy. Back in 2015, you had that press conference with Conor there, and you were kind of chiding him for going to 155. Now he's been at that weight. You guys are fighting at 170, ironically. Do you have different feelings about him now than you did back then?
Oh, man, he did everything he said he was going to do, didn't he? So, any feelings? Yeah, he's fucking great, man, and I'm honored to share the thing with him. So, we'll see. We'll see if at 170 I'm still a fucking stick in the mud, huh?
Yes. Good man, good man.
Go ahead, yep. Did you have a question?
Yeah, thank you, Dana.
Yeah.
For Conor, you're known for having really evolved striking, and I remember back in the day you said that everyone else looked like they were kind of standing in quicksand. Give us your thoughts on what you feel about Donald Cerrone's striking.
Yeah, I certainly feel I will have the speed advantage. I'm feeling confident going in here. I'm feeling confident against anyone. I'm fully prepared, fully committed Conor McGregor. There's no one that can touch me. You know, I birthed this game. I made this game what it is. So I'm going to go in there and remind everyone and show the world on January 18th.
And if you look at the Nate Diaz fight, do you see any similarities in the fight with Nate and Cowboy as opposed to the two fights you've had with Nate and the fight you'll have here?
Well, one similarity, they're both at 170, right? I mean, also, they're both six footers. So I'm excited about it. You know, Nate was one hell of a challenge, one hell of a competitor. And, you know, I look forward to maybe possibly that trilogy down the line also at some stage. Donald's also a hell of a competitor, a tough man. So.
Final question. If this fight had taken place 5 years ago when you two first had words at a press conference as opposed to now, would it go the same way or how would it be different?
The press conference probably would have went a different way. That's for damn sure. But the bout, I feel, probably would go the same way. So.
Okay. Yeah. And for Cowboy, biggest challenge of your career or just one of many?
Oh, man, yeah. He's the two-time belt-holding champ, man. So you could definitely say this is to date, the toughest battle I've stepped in against. And I'm stoked, man, because this is a Cowboy. Can you fight the big fight? You never make it on the big fight. Well, motherfucker, here's the biggest one. Let's see, huh?
Yeah. Last quick one for Cowboy. Cowboy, many people say that you really prefer when there's no bad blood and when there is respect and when there is, you know, that kind of camaraderie. And a lot of people say when there isn't, it bothers you. Is there any truth to that? Does it matter to you if people?
No, it's just you media guys making bullshit up. Just like they say, if you hug Cowboy in the ring, you're gonna get knocked out. So give me a big old ass hug when we get in there, all right? But no, there's no truth. We're just professionals. Why can't Conor sit here and hold himself like he's doing right? This is fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? I mean, you guys aren't getting the clickbait and all the shit you all want, but as a man, my hat's off to the son bitch for sitting here.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll do one more. You got a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Ocho Cinco here on behalf of Bleacher Report. Hey, this question's for Conor.
Blinging over there.
Hey, this question's for. All right. Hey, this question's for Conor. This is my first UFC presser.
Excellent. Welcome.
Saturday will be my first UFC match.
Excellent.
I'm not a gambling man, but if there was an event where I would bet the house, it would be this Saturday. I want to know before I bet this money. How confident are you in Saturday's fight?
Welcome to the best show on earth, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. We're honored to have you, sir. I'm extremely confident, if you can't tell. I'm coming in with full preparation, full commitment, and full confidence in my striking abilities and my shots. And who knows, maybe a submission, but I'm going to be going for the knockout.
All right. Dana, good to see you, baby.
You too, bud. Thank you. All right, everybody, thanks for coming out today. We're going to get this stuff out of here. Everybody. Square them off. We'll see you Saturday night.
You ready? Let's do it, guys.
Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire. I was born to be making history.
One shot is all it takes me.
He possesses power.
I'm gonna meet you in the middle and throw down.
The all-time leader in wins. The all-time leader in finishes.
Something greater, something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire.